You know, there's been quite a bit of an oversaturation of Marvel material lately. Some of the movies good, some But one movie I knew I wanted to see when it was announced was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I wasn't like in love with the first movie as much as a lot of people seem to be, but I thought it was still pretty well done. It's just one that had a lot of the same problems that the other ones had. And this newest one is pretty much the same. There was a lot of stuff I liked and a lot of stuff that could have been better. So let's just get right into it with the stuff that I didn't like as much. A lot of the main characters probably could have used some more development, Shuri especially. In a series like Marvel where there's so many characters, I try not to be too harsh with how much development each one gets, but Shuri is a character who already has never gotten a lot of screen time. So this was the movie where you really needed to give her some time to shine. There's definitely something there with her arc, but I'll get to that later. Namor also could have used more development because he's kind of just, I want to rule over the Earth, but that's not too big of a problem for me because that's also kind of his character in the comics. The thing that bothered me more about Namor was his origin. It confused the hell out of me. Namor is actually like hundreds of years old and was a part of the old Aztec civilization, and I guess some small collection of people at one point in time got the same plant that like gives the Black Panther his powers, I think, or I think it was just another plant that was also infused with vibranium, but when they drank it, it like made them like fish people, and Namor's mom drank it while she was still pregnant with him, so when he was still in her, it like gave him the abilities too, which I guess would make sense because she got like pregnant beforehand. So, but I don't understand why he got the wings. He said something about him being a mutant, but I don't know if that's supposed to imply that mutants do exist now, or if his dad was a mutant. I don't know, man. It confused me a bit, but whatever. It's not a huge deal. It's just, I would have liked maybe a bit more clarification on it. Once again, Riri also could have used a lot more development. By the end of the movie, I realized I don't really know a whole lot about her. She's kind of just a plot device for Namor to be like, I want to kill her, and Shuri's like, no, don't do that. That's kind of mean. You shouldn't really be doing that. Come on, man. Don't gotta be a dick about it. Also, this girl, Annika, I didn't really care about. I literally don't even remember anything about her. I saw her name as I was going over my notes, and I completely forgot who she even was. She's this girl, and yeah, I didn't really care about her either. I can't even remember anything about her. And yeah, that's all the bad stuff I can really think of. So let's talk about the stuff I did like, because there was quite a bit of it actually. I like that this movie continues the theme of getting revenge for past wrongdoings. Killmonger was going after revenge in the first Black Panther movie because of what T'Chaka did to his family. T'Challa was going after Bucky because he believed Bucky killed his parents and everything, and then he went after Zemo and then ended up giving up on that because he realized revenge like wasn't the way and everything. It's cool that all the movies can find themselves referencing back to the theme of revenge, but that has more to do with Marvel broadly speaking and not this movie specifically. So to the stuff more specific about this movie, Chadwick Boseman and subsequently Black Panther's death was handled pretty well. I mean, in the movie itself, it feels weird that you never see him die or anything, but of course you can understand from like an outside perspective why. And honestly, I kind of prefer that over using old B-roll footage or bringing them back with CGI.
Walt Disney would be rolling in his grave.
A lot of the fight scenes in the movie were pretty well done too. I like a lot of the choreography and how all of the characters' powers and abilities are used. And even though Namor isn't a super interesting character, he's still a decently intimidating villain, and he was handled pretty well. I feel like he could have ended up feeling a lot more goofy, and they didn't do that too badly. Riri's original homemade Iron Man suit was pretty cool. It was very reminiscent of the old Iron Man movie with Tony building and testing out all his stuff for the first time. Okay, the last couple of things I'm gonna talk about are pretty spoilery, I guess, so I'm issuing a spoiler warning right here. It's not gonna be a too long of a section, so I guess it's kind of weird, but you know, you get the idea. So click down in the description. There will be some timestamps so you can skip past spoilers if you don't want to hear them. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So there's a scene later on in the movie where Namor ends up killing Shuri's mom, and even later in the movie, Shuri recreates the plant that they turn into the juice that makes you the Black Panther, and she drinks it. And when you drink it, of course, you go into like that weird spirit world and like meet like a close person to you or something. But the strange thing that ended up happening for Shuri was meeting Killmonger, and I thought this was actually a pretty neat twist, and it really helps show how different Shuri is from T'Challa. She doesn't quite have this good-hearted nature that he had. It was something I just specifically wanted to point out because I thought it was a cool inclusion. It also ties into Shuri's Black Panther suit design. I like that they kept in bits of gold and silver. It was a cool way to tie her to Killmonger and T'Challa. There was also some interesting fan service in the post-credits scene. I don't know how I feel about T'Challa secretly having a son. I guess it's kind of a cool idea though. Anyway, all in all, like I said at the beginning, it's not too bad of a movie. And if you're already a big fan of Marvel, especially Black Panther, it'll most certainly be worth your time. 6 out of 10. Have a good night, everybody.
And what are these?
The real question is, what?